Watch what you bet right here on That Betting Show. Tonight, the association is back in action. Trailblazers, Warriors. Warriors favored by 7.5, total of 220.5, which rose a little bit this morning. Moneyline split plus 270, minus 330. 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight from Oracle. Blazers 51-43 against the number in the season. The Warriors 40-53 against the number. Keep in mind also out there, if you're betting this game, no Kevin Durant for this game. At least looks like game 2 he's probably going to miss as well. And Boogie Cousins not scheduled to return just yet. Should be a good one out there, but obviously heavy priced series favorite Warriors. Heavy favorite tonight as well.
Sure. And, of course, Sir Charles says the Blazers are going to win the series. And listening to some of his arguments, they make a little bit of sense. We have a Golden State team that is clearly dealing with fatigue issues. And I know that, okay, they've been off since, Saturday. Nonetheless, when you look at the minutes that every key Warrior has played this postseason, much greater than they have in recent postseasons. And they've been tested earlier in the playoffs. 6 rounds against the Clips. 6 games against the Clips. 6 games against the Rockets. This is not a healthy team. They're not a deep team. And I worry about them being gassed. I really do. And, of course, when you look at Portland, boy, when you look at Damian, Lillard was a star. He was a superstar. This year, in this postseason, he's morphing into that guy, Draymond Green. Quote, he can score the ball with the best of them. Dame has a chip on his shoulder. Has since the day he walked into this league. He plays like a guy from Oakland with a chip on his shoulder, a guy who's been doubted forever. Worth noting, Lillard scored more points against the Warriors than any team, than any other player during the regular season. Worth noting, Portland won twice against Golden State, including once on this floor. But of course, we talk about the injury situation for Portland. Kanter's got the separated shoulder. He's not going to be. He's going to try to play. He's not going to be 100%. Rodney Hood, who was huge in their last series, just had an MRI in his knee, came back negative. Quote, they checked my knee and everything's stable. Major relief. Hopefully the pain goes down. I'm going to try to shoot for Tuesday if possible. Now, you look at some of the projections. All right. BPI says Golden State's got a 71% chance to win. 538.com, another one of the math, really good math site, 89% chance to advance. Last 45 games of the season, Blazers went 32-13. That's a 58-win pace. They were plus 6.8 in scoring margin, and they played every bit that well in the postseason. Maybe Sir Charles is right. Maybe Portland does have a chance in this series. I wouldn't bet against them in game 1.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a kind of interesting dynamic there, Teddy, that's working. The Warriors, where they went down to Houston almost, as an underdog role. Oh, my goodness, there's no shot you can win without Kevin Durant. You pull off the win. Now you're expected to win back at home. We've seen them struggle in the playoffs so far at home. We'll see what takes place tonight. But looking at some aces, Teddy, future ace versus current ace. Good one down there if we take a look at the Padres and the Dodgers. Dodgers favored at minus 159, a total of 7. Padres are 22-19 on the season. The Dodgers are 27-16, Major League leading 27th win. If we take a look, Paddock was absolutely outrageous versus the Mets last time out, Teddy. 7 2/3 innings, 11 Ks, and a shutout. Kershaw's last 2 starts, giving up 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs, so maybe a little bit gettable here, but I'm looking forward to it. You have a pitcher's ballpark with 2 stone-cold studs on the mound. Should be a good one out in Chavez Ravine.
Well, sure. I mean, the series these guys played earlier this month was unbelievable. With the Dodgers with 2 come-from-behind wins, and then the Padres walking it off on a grand slam in the finale. That was a fun series, and this one may be every bit as fun. You talk about Paddock. Padres are 6-1 in his outings. I'm not betting against him. You look what he did against the Mets last time. They passed the 90-pitch mark for the first round, struck out 11 batters, 7 2/3 innings. No interest in betting against Paddock. And, Padres are going to take these games very, very seriously against L.A. Dodgers, of course, are 5-0 in Kershaw's starts this year, but their offense has kind of cooled off a little bit. And in fact, they didn't get a hit with a runner in scoring position all weekend until the Corey Seager's grand slam in the 8th inning of the series finale on Sunday, when the Dodgers bats aren't going. And I'm telling you, Kershaw reinventing himself a little bit. He's still priced as the ace. He's still really good. I'm not convinced he's the better of these 2 starters, and I will not lay a price with the Dodgers in this ballgame.
One more game in Major League Baseball to take a look at tonight, Teddy. The Cardinals travel to Hotlanta on Tuesday. The Cardinals versus the Braves. The total's at 9. And looking at SBRodds.com right now, St. Louis favored anywhere between -125 to -30, depending on where you're shopping at this point. 7:20 start tonight. MLB extra innings from SunTrust Park in Atlanta. Cardinals are 22-19 on the season. Braves are 21-20. Could we get some runs here? Taking a look at Fultonavich's last start, Teddy. 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Flaherty went 5 innings his last time out, gave up 3 earned runs, and previous start before that 3 earned runs as well. Should be a decent one down in Atlanta tonight, Teddy, as the third game of our triple header.
Yeah, it certainly has the potential to be a high-scoring affair. We are talking about 2 potent lineups, although St. Louis has been really hit or miss. They score 17 one game, and then 2 and 1, and then 10 more. The Cardinals have been putting hits together, not necessarily doing it every single night. They've had a bunch of high-output games. Atlanta's kind of the same way, where there's been, more than their fair share of games where they're approaching or exceeding the total all by themselves, but also plenty of games in which the Braves lineup has been stymied. You're talking about Fultonavich, and this is the guy that looked like an ace, like a number 1 starter last year. He had elbow problems in spring training, started the year on the DL. 3 starts so far, all 3 have been ugly, all 3 have thrown over the total. He's got a terrible track record against St. Louis, an 8.06 ERA against them. Flaherty doesn't have a real good track record against the Braves. He's someone that obviously has shown signs as well of being elite. And Atlanta expected to get Freddie Freeman back in the lineup today. He missed his last game with a head cold, set out for the first time all year. That's an extra bet for the Braves in this one, a pretty big bet for an Atlanta team that can use it. No surprise we've seen at least a little bit of over money in this one. I am surprised how much Cardinals money we've seen. Fultonavich, well, there's potential for him, even though so far he hasn't lived up to it in 2019.